Hello, happy Monday.
Burr.
I know.
Burr.
Felt that.
You just practicing the burr.
Well, that's exactly right. Welcome to W.
It is pretty chilly.
It is cold out here for South Louisiana, and we'll dig into that here on 9 News Now. We've talked about, and I know you're not a fan of the cold. I've always said, I'd like it cold, for the winter months. And
yeah.
40s, that's maybe even freezing. Are we seriously teens?
Yeah, it looks like teens. I guess the one thing I'm looking forward to is just talking about the family. Get to fire up the fireplace
sure.
at home.
There you go.
It's not too often you do that in this part of the world where, after 10 minutes, you're not like,
this is so bad. Why did we do
Why
this?
are we forcing this weekend? If you got one,
bonfire time.
might legit want it. And be careful with those, by the way.
Yeah, exactly right. Always careful. Today, as you step out, just kind of overcast and gloomy. And this overcast, if you're not catching the rain yet, you probably will.
Yeah, we've had some passing rains through the morning. More numerous north of the interstate so far this morning, which you can see right now in First Alert Doppler radar. Those rains kind of moving west to east at this hour, moderate to even occasionally a little heavier downpour. We've had some pops of lightning, especially over in Acadiana and western Louisiana. Some of that lightning has tended to kind of fizzle out as they've moved into our part of the world, but still, you get the idea. Pretty wet north of the interstates. South of I-10 not seeing so much, but Point Capita, Feliciana's in the southwest Mississippi, fairly widespread moderate rains ongoing right now, but Baton Rouge southward, just a few showers showing up at this hour. But if you haven't gotten the rain yet or you haven't seen much, just hang tight. There is more to come. Not sure why it skipped by that graphic, but you can see those mainly overcast skies. We've got Sky 9 camera, dry in Baton Rouge at the moment. We have seen a couple of showers move on through. The rains have even knocked temperatures down a little bit in some areas this morning. Look at Macomb down at 36. New Roads at 39. Baton Rouge southward more like mid to upper 40s, but still awfully chilly, 44 in Baton Rouge. These numbers not going to move a whole lot through the day with all the clouds and rain around. Speaking of which, let's give you a look at that rain on future radar. Here we are at noon. You see maybe some additional showers developing southwest of Baton Rouge. And the idea, we think, is that rains will, let me get back over here. Here goes my computer. Rains will increase not only in coverage, but also potentially in intensity as we get into the afternoon. So here's a look at that now, and you start to see more of the oranges and reds showing up at 3 o'clock, so some more downpours. Into the evening, maybe some breaks starting to mix back in, but still rain's kind of coming and going right on into late tonight. That's midnight. We'll pick it up here, and as we go, went too fast. Boy, this thing is just giving me all sorts of trouble this morning. It is clearly a Monday. So anyway, we're going to have to run back through this. Bear with me. But the idea is the rains are going to be coming and going through the day today, right on into tonight and tomorrow morning. Now, let's see if we can get that to loop. There you go. So you see more rain overnight. Here we are, daybreak Tuesday. And then we start to see some breaks mixing in, but still looking at least some scattered showers through about lunch tomorrow. After that, the rain should finally wind down. Clouds are probably going to hang pretty tough, though, not only late tomorrow, right on into Wednesday. How much rain? Weather Prediction Center saying on average for most of us, 1 to 2 inches. Could be higher in spots. They do have a level 1 out of 4 marginal risk of flooding posted, so it's a low-end threat. If we got some, probably be like some nuisance street type flooding. Of course, we're giving you the first alert, though, to the bitterly cold air expected into Christmas weekend. Let's take a look at that. This is Thursday evening, 6 o'clock on the European. Now, Thursday, we actually climb into the 60s ahead of this front, but watch what happens. Thursday night, if you happen to be out and about, you're going to know when this cold front comes on through. We go from the 60s potentially at 6 o'clock down into the 30s by midnight as that front comes surging through. And by daybreak Friday, European model has temperatures anywhere from teens to low to mid-20s, depending on your location. Top that off with a very strong northerly wind, and we're seeing potential wind chill values Friday morning down to the single digits. So as an early heads up, it is likely here within the next couple of days we'll initially see a hard freeze watch, upgrade to a hard freeze warning. I'm sure we'll see a wind chill advisory, all that coming with this cold. So it is time to get ready. Now today, not ideal obviously with the rain, but tomorrow afternoon, Wednesday, should be pretty dry. So if you need to do some of those outdoor cold weather preps like wrapping any of your exposed pipes, you've got time between now and then, but get it done in advance. You don't want to have to worry about that. Please be careful with heating your home. Space heaters, don't use extension cords. Don't leave them on overnight. Keep them away from anything flammable, at least 3 feet of separation. Don't use your oven to heat your home. You have to be real careful with this stuff. Every time we get into a cold weather outbreak like the one that's coming, we start hearing about more fires, unfortunately. And with that in mind, please make sure you have both working smoke and carbon monoxide detectors in your home. You know, we talked about using the fireplace. That can come with a carbon monoxide danger. Anything that we're burning comes with this carbon monoxide danger as we get into cold weather. So it's another thing to keep in mind late this week on into the weekend. Rain off and on today through tomorrow morning. It's going to be chilly the next several days, briefly into the 60s Thursday, and a few showers Thursday with that front. No, we're not really expecting any wintry precipitation at this point. And then you see just how cold it gets. Now, another story here is Friday, as we talked about, starts out anywhere from maybe the upper teens, low to mid-20s in the morning. Some areas may not get above freezing during the day on Friday, so that kind of enhances the freeze risk and the threat for freezing pipes as we get into Friday night and Saturday morning. One thing that we talk about sometimes, you know, we focus on the temperature numbers, but what is as important, if not more important, is the duration of that freeze. And we get into a long duration where temperatures don't even get above freezing, then you're looking at a higher likelihood that we're going to be hearing about some frozen pipes. So please take that seriously. And on into the Christmas weekend, it's going to stay very cold. Now by Christmas Day, Sunday, highs at least rebound into the 40s. Keep it dry. Next week, guys, it will start to warm back up.
Those numbers, huh?
I know. I feel the wind blowing in that Friday graphic.
I know. You're just looking at it right
Yeah,
now.
it just feels cold.
All the jackets, all of them. Steve, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Okay, so yeah, the forecast is going to be a big headline maker for the next week. Obviously, a lot of plans, everybody kind of making the moves around, going to see friends and family. It's that week before Christmas, so yeah, the forecast is going to be a big-time headline maker. We'll follow that along for you. Speaking of the holidays, we actually got a chance this morning, you and I did, to talk with a couple of incredible folks, mother and the grandmother of little Devin Page Jr. I know you remember the story, shot and killed by a stray bullet, April of this year. Well, they're trying to do something. What do they say? Pain into purpose?
Yeah.
They're trying to do something for others in the community.
So Ty, his mother, and Kathy, grandmother, they're hosting a truck toy giveaway today between 3 and 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
They're doing this in partnership with the 100 Black Men of Metro Baton Rouge. So Devin Page, 3-year-old Devin Page, before he died, he loved trucks and he loved toy trucks. And so today they're dedicating a toy giveaway to him to kind of keep his memory, his honor alive. Yeah. It's dual purpose. This is the family's first Christmas without Devin. Yeah. So they wanted to keep his memory alive because they were dreading getting to this holiday and thinking about what this holiday would mean without Devin. So, as they said, they wanted to turn their pain into purpose by giving community give back in the purpose of toys. And they're trying to make sure that other kids this Christmas have something to unwrap. And when you think about that kind of pain and purpose and turning this kind of tragedy into something triumphant and beautiful, there's a lot of power behind that.
There is, and you can see that. I mean, the power behind that smile right there, and it's pushing people forward. He's pushing his mom and his grandma forward, and they were you could tell the passion obviously they have for this right now. This is the inaugural event, and we'll see what comes from it. But if only the conversation about Devin continues to move forward, then a lot has already come from it.
Yeah.
3 to 6 today over 2050 Foster, the headquarters there for 100 Black Men. If you think you want to be a part of it, even if you don't need to pick up a toy, you know it's going to be that kind of an atmosphere, that kind of good-hearted, big smile, big community lifting event. Go over and check it out, and actually, you know, give the well wishes and the blessings to the family.
Love on them a little bit because the investigation still continues. They still don't have a suspect for the death.
They do not.
So a lot of moving pieces here, but a lot of good happening too.
Yeah, they're trying to. Okay, from that to this, another unfortunately sad kind of a story here as well. Baton Rouge Fire Department losing one of their own recently. Died while on duty, suffered a medical emergency. Captain Walker Hill, and actually they've got a procession lined up for today.
Yeah, very fast. So we learned about his death on Saturday, in which the same day he died on a shift at work. Right. And so today there's going to be a procession for him and his body there. The Baton Rouge Fire Department making sure that he is honored as he makes his way to the burial site. So today, starting in about 30 minutes,
Yeah, right
35
on the
minutes.
corner, yeah.
10 o'clock, they're going to line up along Essen. They're going to get onto I-12, and they're going to make their way over to Jefferson Highway and then eventually to Rest Haven to make sure that his body ends up there. And so if you'd like to line up safely along the route, they sure would love to see people lined up.
And this is going to be the only, they were quick to say, look, this is, and when they get to Rest Haven, that's where it's all going to end eventually. There's no more procession after that. This is the only one.
Yeah.
And I know today you're looking at the forecast like, a little dicey. Beginning at 10 o'clock, and it looks like they could get that whole thing done before, as Steve just showed you, like a lot of that rain moves in.
Yeah.
So it looks like, again, if you want to check out the route, if you want to get out there and be a part of this, as Liz mentioned, it's waiting for you right here, WAFB.com and the 9 News app. Of course, we're thinking about the family and the extended, of course, the extended family. Baton Rouge firefighters.
All of his fellow men and women there in uniform.
Yep.
And so his Thursday is actually going to be the funeral day at Estruma Baptist Church. I believe they're working on plans to try to live stream that out to folks because obviously this week is going to be a busy one. But a lot of respect paid to the family. And like you said, the Baton Rouge Fire Department.
There it is. Okay, from that to this, so that's all going on today. This going on today as well, and actually also about 10 o'clock this morning, right?
Yeah.
Governor John Bel Edwards stepping up to the podium talking about the year that was.
And a lot has happened in
Truly.
this year in review. So we expect the governor to talk about what went well for Louisiana, what probably needs some work, and what we look forward to in 2023. Last year, the governor focusing a lot on COVID-19 as we were still in such a weird time where we were trying to figure out, are we out of it? Are we still in it? What's the latest? But at this time last year, we had vaccines. So that was a new development in 2021. And now in 2022, as we move into 23, we're still seeing a little bit of a spike. But we have all of the tools at our defense to make sure that we limit the spread of not only the flu, not only COVID. We're trying to make sure we do all the measures to keep ourselves healthy so we go into the new year relatively healthy.
Wouldn't that be nice?
That
Into
would.
the new year with a kind of a fresh start in so many different places and levels.
Yes.
And, so again, the governor stepped up to the podium about 10 o'clock this morning. We will obviously be there for you. We'll let you know some of the big takeaways, later editions of course, 9 News, which actually you would think the next one would be 9 News at noon, and it may still be, but it also may not be. We got a big hearing, public hearing, perhaps the last one from the January 6th committee set for today.
Network News, CBS News could be cutting in with the special report. It's slated for noon Central Time right now, but as we've seen in the past with these hearings, it could start earlier, it could start a lot later. So as Matt mentioned, our programming could cut into that, and it just depends. You just want to turn on noon and find out whether you're watching 9 News at noon or the last of the special committee Capitol hearing investigating the January 6th attack. Today is a really big day because this committee is outlining its final report. This after 1,000 interviews, multiple witnesses, hundreds plus interviews, and today they could be deciding whether they're going to ask the DOJ to make some criminal charges here, including former President Donald Trump.
That's what they will be doing. That's what they have the power to do, to refer criminal charges. They have no power beyond a referral. The DOJ obviously has to do that. Depending on what the January 6th committee says, they'll look at that obviously, and is that enough? Is this a preponderance of evidence over the course of the last number of months? That'll be up to the DOJ. But how and what the committee gives them, we'll see. But again, that could begin noon our time. So if you don't see Liz on the box at noon, you know why.
And it could go on for a couple hours. So if some of your favorite shows are interrupted, just know that that's why.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so from that to this, my goodness, this is back again. Dangerous car stunt performance again over the weekend in Baton Rouge, literally locking up an interstate.
If you live around Seguin, you probably heard it over the weekend. Let's show you some video of this. So this was an issue, what was it, the Garth Brooks concert earlier this spring?
That same kind of time, exactly right.
When it locked up all the interstates, locked up EMS from getting to the scenes that they needed to. Well, it turns out a street racing group meeting again over the weekend, causing some kind of mayhem here around the Seguin, I-10 parts.
Look at all that. That's the interstate.
That's
so yeah, that's the Blue Bonnet issue. And look at this one. I mean, just like this is in the middle of a shopping center and just lighting a fire and doing donuts around it. So if you recall recently, the Metro Council and EBR upped the penalties for people being a part of this, from those participating, from those promoting on social media, to even those just simply watching. They upped the penalties for all that. But that is very much a reactive penalty. It's not as proactive as some would like it to be. What is a proactive measure? Who knows? But Metro Council thinking about maybe possibly having to go back to the drawing board because this is still happening.
Yeah, there's a Brody Gode, councilman, saying you can't legislate behavior,
Yeah, you
and so
can't. You're
how
right.
do you
You're
get
right.
in front of that,
You're
right?
right.
So that's something that's certainly going to come up among lawmakers, council members,
Sure.
to talk about ways to enforce prevention tactics here. Yeah, and Baton Rouge police say with this recent incident, there could be more arrests coming. They're still looking into it and still
Yeah.
collecting all that evidence.
There's a
and
lot of video.
Yeah, there is. 'Cause
I mean,
these people are proud to put it out
Absolutely,
there.
they are, and they're putting out potential evidence, and so good on you. I guess keep posting it if you're going to do it, because that'll let the law enforcement find you that much easier. But so yeah, we'll see. But who knows? It's happened before. It happened again, and
Yeah.
we'll see.
We certainly will. There's a lot going on.
There kind of is. Can we slow it down? Isn't it like Christmas week?
It is.
I guess there's
So
probably
I hear the
there's
holidays-
no slowing down for Christmas week.
Never.
It seems to like speed up, right? Everything is just time frame gets shorter, and
Yeah.
so yeah, there's always a lot going on.
Always, but we're trying to keep you abreast and afloat of all the things happening in our part of the world, including the things that make you smile.
Yes.
The things that we take a moment to breathe for and
Yes.
take a look at, because everyone needs that in the day-to-day chaos that is
Yes, we do.
news.
You're not smiling about that 18 back there?
Well, you know what? It's a smile upside down is what it
Good
is.
That was kind of an evil laugh you had going there. too.
It was evil. Rooting, okay. Careful.
So as we get closer to the holidays,
Yes.
I don't know about you. How you didn't do the gingerbread houses this year, or they were just kind of a mess?
No, yeah, I was trying to, we kind of did.
Kind of a
yeah,
little
it was
bit?
kind of a mess.
Okay.
Ours was we had a little gingerbread village, and so there's lots of candy thrown up on
Yeah.
there. That's horrible phrasing on
Not
my part.
thrown
Not
up
candy
like
thrown.
that.
There's candy placed
Yeah.
on the gingerbread houses.
Yeah.
Did you know it is National Hard Candy Day?
Hey,
today?
now.
Do y'all have a favorite? I got a favorite candy, but it's not a hard candy.
Okay.
Do y'all have a favorite hard candy?
I'm trying to think of what that would be.
I don't even know. I mean, like butterscotch. Do you like the grandma's butterscotch?
That was what
Stephen.
my grandparents always
Yeah.
had.
That's Steven. Wow,
Stephen,
threw it
it's gonna
back.
come
You
and
know,
get the
a good
butterscotch.
Werther's.
Oh, there you go. You know what?
That
That's my
makes me
wife's.
nostalgic.
I don't know why I didn't think about that. She's
She
got all
loves
the
Werther's?
She loves Werther's.
Wow,
I don't know why I didn't
okay.
think about it. So it is National Hard Candy Day. Of course, they've got a long history, like way back in time, like lemon drops and that kind of thing.
Okay.
Peppermints, often prescribed as remedies for stomach ailments.
Huh.
Because wine, I mean, my kids would love to live in the olden days, apparently. Candy for
Well, yeah.
candy for a treatment. The selection look is endless. Lifesavers, Dum Dum Pops, and all the other
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Come on, right?
Who you calling Dum Dum?
I
Listen,
didn't.
Dumb and Dumb.
I'm looking in the mirror. In 2015, Jolly Rancher passed Werther's. There you go, originals as
Wow.
the top-selling
Oh, yeah.
hard candy.
I could see kids do love them some Jolly Ranchers for
I was all
Halloween.
about it as a kid too.
Yeah.
I had a friend in high school. Mom would go get the big bag at like Sam's or whatever.
Yeah.
And he had a little operation there at school. He was
Stop.
kind of selling them a nickel a piece in the cafeteria. He had to do it quietly because
No.
I'm not supposed to be doing it. No, we're not supposed to be selling. We weren't supposed to have that at all.
That's a
Light it
smart
on the
little
table.
hustle.
Did you have a favorite Jolly Rancher?
It's always the green.
Oh,
Apple.
green apple?
Yeah,
Apple,
I love
absolutely.
the
Okay.
green. So yeah, one of my kids brought home chewy sweet tarts over the weekend, so I hadn't had in years.
Chewy?
It's been a
I said,
minute.
I said, can Dad have one? She's like, yeah.
Oh.
And she had me green. I was
Oh.
like, that's good.
Oh.
Next thing you know, the whole bag's gone. Steve has no idea what happened
She shared
to it.
with Pops and they're all gone. That was nice of her to share.
That was very nice.
Sweet.
There you go,
That's
Hard
sweet.
Candy Day.
Okay, so with Christmas obviously coming up, there's going to be gift giving, right?
Yeah.
So the goal is to give good gifts, right?
Well-
like you would think that that's the goal.
Depends on who I'm giving
Well,
it to.
apparently, a new survey shows that there's a lot of bad gifts that go around. And it turns out that there's a list of specific types of bad gifts there are. So the e-commerce giant Wish, they revealed this list of the worst holiday items. And they say among the top items were defective items bought at a discount,
Why?
followed by fruitcakes,
Fruitcakes.
and followed by weight loss items.
Oh, come
Is
on.
the fruitcake thing really still a thing?
I was going to say, are
It
you?
feels
I
like
have not seen
something
a
from
fruitcake in
decades ago that
years.
we talk about.
It
Now,
feels forced.
I've seen them pop up occasionally. I'm sure there are people that like them, but I don't feel like that's a common gift.
No, I don't think so either.
I've actually, the last fruitcake I had, I actually kind of liked it.
Really?
Yeah, and
Homemade?
it was like last season. It was
Oh.
homemade, and it was. I'm like, I don't. Now look, I guess you could get the stuff like off the internet, and it
Yeah.
shows up, and it's as hard as a brick, and you feel like you could just lay it down as pavers.
Yeah.
But the one I had last year was pretty good.
Wow.
It was actually not bad.
Matt Williams, a fan of the fruitcake.
I mean, it's like I am a fruitcake, and so
Well-
I'm like speaking to my people. I actually kind of liked it.
Okay.
Fruitcake.
The only place I actually have seen fruitcake sold is a gas station. You know, like next to the banana loaf. That's the only place I've actually seen it sold.
Gas stations sometimes can have sneaky good food.
They can.
But
Especially here in South
that
Louisiana.
is true.
Oh, that's
Get
true.
some good seafood.
That
fried
is
chicken?
true.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. No, you're right.
Maybe I might pick up some next time and
See,
have you
but
try it.
That's
You
the
might
thing.
like it.
I think Steve it hit the important point here. It is you go for that stuff. I
Yeah.
think you probably want to stay away from the convenience store fruitcake though.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
Well, I think that's a good guess. A good bet. Noted.
Gas station fried chicken. Can't beat it.
No doubt.
Plate lunch.
All right, so you're dad. You ever had any moments watching any of your kids' sports, you know, put in a play or something,
Right.
and you kind of make eye contact or try and tell them something?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I haven't
doing it
had
on
this
Friday.
with my kids yet. I've seen it happen though.
Like you're trying to
Okay.
And the
communicate.
kids always kind of embarrass her.
yeah,
Yeah.
they don't want to hear
So
it.
this kind of happened with a TikTok mom
Uh-oh.
here. So check this one out. A holiday recital.
Okay.
And so your young daughter's there, and she told the girl she needed to smile more.
Yeah, it's not a lot of smiling.
Well, you might guess how this kind of went. You might be looking for a smile, but what do you get instead?
She looks so lifeless.
Look,
She's like, oh
the
my God.
eye roll is, oh man, that is for real. So the terrifying little grin on this girl.
No.
She did start.
She spent the whole show doing that.
Oh my goodness.
Look at the eyes. Look at the
Oh my God. Sister. That is terrifying.
So
Oh,
lesson to parents at home, be careful what you tell your kids to do.
No lie. Look at that.
You might have nightmares for weeks
God. Oh.
Crazy elf.
afterward.
And that's
Oh
in
my
all of the
goodness.
home videos and pictures for years and years
Oh,
to
yeah, that's
come.
going to be everywhere. Off for
so
the rest
funny.
of her life.
That goes
Wedding
probably
video.
in the way. Yeah. Oh yeah,
that's
you know
coming.
it.
That's coming.
But listen, it is what Steve said. Your parent asked you to do something and you're not happy to smile. Oh, you're going to make a point out of it.
I think this is the exact definition of malicious compliance.
You
You
want it?
You got
Yeah,
it.
I'll show you a smile. Look at that. And then there comes that dazzling
I
smile.
love mom.
That's funny.
Oh
There you
my
go.
gosh,
yeah,
that's
careful
funny.
what you ask for and or demand.
Oh, good luck. Good luck, parents. There's a lot of holiday recitals to come, so if you find a good picture of a kid acting all crazy, take a picture and send it to us.
Let's embarrass them.
Yeah.
exactly right. Please,
we'd love
come
to
on,
show
send
it
in.
off.
I have a feeling though that kind of smile is very representative of the feeling for this forecast right now.
Well, just see, Steve?
I'm not.
Just
I'm
see,
not.
Steve?
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's today is ugly. It's chilly. It's going to be off and on rain, and then your Christmas weekend. Some people are going to love it. It's going to be downright cold, but also remember it's going to be dangerous cold coming
Yeah,
up this
no kidding.
weekend. So please take it seriously. And between now and then, address those exposed pipes that you might have around your house.
Make the most of every